This is a loud microphone. So our next presentation is called Tab Santa Fe Style. We have 3 tab teachers here from Santa Fe, New Mexico, here to present the work they've been doing on their PLC in relationship to tab and choice-based education. So here they are.
It's great to be here, and when Clyde was talking about the Denver conference back in 2004, I was riding the escalator up at that conference, and one of my colleagues threw me a booklet and said, "I think you're going to like this, Mary, and you missed the workshop." And I caught it, and it was the tab booklet, and I've never forgotten that. And I took it home. I missed the workshop at that conference, but I took it home and I shared it, and we talked about it among our colleagues. And then we found ourselves in Minneapolis at the National Convention, and we went to every tab session. And we went out for dinner with Kathy, Diane, Nan, and Dale. And it was a fantastic. They were like, "Come with us." And our lives were never the same, nor were they the same back in our Santa Fe public schools, because we really changed our lives at that conference. And we were asked, of course, as soon as we came back, "Could you please present at our teacher meeting?" And we did. We presented what we learned, which was 99% tab at that conference. And 2 of our teachers who wished they could be here with us today, that was it. They changed their philosophy that day and their approach. And Katie Hees and Amy Birkin, they're with us kind of right now, because they were like, "We're doing it, guys." And the 3 of us have come along beautifully in the last 4 years, and we're really honored to be here. And from that meeting, we started a tab group. Right away after that Minneapolis conference, we said, we need to study, we need to learn together. So I'm Mary Olson, teacher in the Santa Fe Public Schools, K-6 at Wood Gordonley Elementary School. Roni Rohr, she teaches in a K-8 community school in El Dorado, and Stephanie Morris is also at one of our new K-8s, Gonzales. And so we're each going to share a short piece about our group to inspire. You guys probably have a group, but we've loved our groups. We want to share a few important things that we've done. One, I'm just going to tell you the nuts and bolts. We meet once a month, and we meet at different school each month after school, and we set the calendar for the whole year. So it's like that tab meeting goes on our calendar in August, and we really try to stick to it. Right now we have 6 solid members, but we've been as big as 12. We always, invited visitors. And we met for about an hour and a half, and we have an agenda. And over the years, we realized that we wanted some of our meetings to be studio-based. So we've actually invited visiting artists in. As an example, we've been in a deep printmaking mode, and Katie's teaching us printmaking, and we go to her studio, and we have a studio hour and a half, and we share and discuss. Sometimes we read Engaging Learners Through Art Making, we study the studio habits, we read articles, we invite speakers. We had Kathy Douglas come, Diane came in the summer, what am I forgetting? Our studio piece, our study piece. Oh, we've also got together to make menus, discuss assessment. And one really poignant moment was we were asked to give tests in art this year for our new New Mexico teacher evaluation, and we just completely freaked out. And late at night we wrote, Kathy and Diane, and they wrote us back with like a manual of how to handle this and to talk about a support group. So this is how we begin, but I'm going to let these girls share some of the other in-depth things that we've done. One last thing that I was going to mention is we take field trips. And we took a field trip. We took the Rail Runner, which is our train, down to Albuquerque. We went over to UNM, where Professor Linny Wicks is a fantastic art education teacher. And she has written this book, Through a Narrow Window. And she brought the art to the UNM. I might burst into tears. She brought the art to the UNM gallery she had to get it from all over the world, because Friedel Dicker Brandeis was an art teacher from out of the Bauhaus who taught in a concentration camp. And when they were being shipped off, to make a very long story short, she bundled up all the artwork the kids had done and hid it. And they were, they were shipped off and didn't make it. And this art was discovered many years later. And Linny has researched like her career to write this beautiful book. And so one of our field trips was Linny taking us through the gallery. And it was a very profound experience for anyone and any art teacher. But what was so profound for us was that Friedel was a tab teacher. And it was very clear that it was so many similarities, and we were profoundly moved. And so things like that came out of our little tab group that meets, 1 hour a month together. So let me hand it over to Roni.
Hello, everybody. So, why do we do it? Why do we do it? Emotional support. You saw me rub Mary's back. No, emotional support. We all get incredible professional development out of this, but emotionally it can be very lonely in your art room and isolating. It's no longer isolating for us. We've become so much stronger in our practice. We bump every idea off of one another. And if I don't have an idea in the morning, I can call anybody and say, hey, or maybe I have too many ideas in the morning is usually what happens. Bring me in, tell me what to do, help me out here. We really support one another. The next thing, could you go back to that? That was a shout out to Kathy Douglas on Facebook. Advocacy. We wanted to show everybody, not only that we adore Kathy, but that we're here. This tab group was happening and developing. So that was, I think, our first photo out. This was in Ruidoso. I had invited Kathy Douglas out to speak, be a guest speaker. I was the New Mexico Art Education President, and basically we fell in love with her, and I think she easily falls in love. But she came out and she just lit a fire under many of our educators. Here in this photo, you'll see our superintendent is in there. There were principals that came. I invited everybody because I wanted them to see that there was more than one way, this standard way, this bigger way to teach art. And our superintendent loved it. She loved it. So there's that. That's why we do it. And what we did, we lit a fire for ourselves and we lit a fire for our students.
Hi. Okay. So why we do, what comes from it? In being able to collaborate, and this is really our big message, is that we are stronger because we are investigating this process together. So we have been able to make menus together and research different theories that relate to this, as in the 8 studio thinking habit from Etlin's book. And we've done menus together. Here are 2 menus that Roni put together, beautiful, that has helped our students. We have presented at conferences. Did we say that already?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we had a tab panel. We had a tab panel at our conference, and we were like really worried that no one was going to come, and there weren't enough chairs, which was really exciting. That was at our state conference in New Mexico. So
And then, this past year, we were going to present on tab, but it was very interesting. It was very teacher-directed, and we didn't present on tab. And as we walked through our state conference, people were saying, "Where are you? Where are you?" So the first thing that happened for our state conference, they're already developing it in November, and the first thing on the list was, "Where is the tabbies? Where are the tabbies?" And so we're back.
So it helps being together to be able to advocate not only for us professionally in our peer community, but with administrators and parents. I have written newsletters that we then pass between us and edit and keep going. So, and I also, I made a PowerPoint that if you're interested in seeing, we were told just 8 slides, and we have way too many slides already. But if you're interested in seeing the PowerPoint that I made with my, to present the 8 studio habits, I will put it up online for you. And
that's what the whole advocacy piece, Stephanie was brilliant with this newsletter. It went out at her, art night and to parents and really educated them. And that's what I was hearing from a lot of you when we went into those breakout sessions. How do I advocate for this? How do I, educate? You're already educating your students, but you've got to educate everybody around you. And you really should take a look at Stephanie's newsletter, or maybe you have your own that we could look at as well. Because to get that word out, to really teach the parents what we're doing, how we're helping their kids express themselves, emotionally express themselves, critically, connect the dots. That's what this group is about. How do we help our students and how do we help ourselves in this whole process? So Stephanie's newsletter was just a beautiful piece that we've all
anyway,
copied.
build those networks and get a study group.
Yeah.
You
Yes,
can do it.
That's